All right, here's the big news that came out of this program. They had a pre-taped interview with Claudio, and he announced that Bryan Danielson has a broken orbital socket or orbital bone. And at first, when you heard this, because you had been deep in the editing mines, you hadn't been on the internet. You said, why would they say he's hurt immediately after he just came back from an injury? And apparently it's because it's real. And he's going to have some kind of surgery, and he's not going to wrestle at least through the rest of the year. And what they're trying to blame it on, and they showed a VTR, a B-roll over the interview, was that the fucking orange punch by Pockets. They actually tried to blame that and when they showed the fucking clip, he whiffed him. He never hits anybody with that thing. And Claudio in his promo said whether it was the orange punch or the Rainmaker. Could it be that maybe this Japanese superstar that they brought in fucking landed on goddamn Danielson's face with that Rainmaker thing?
The Rainmaker's a clothesline.
Well, again, clothesline him across the face or land on it when they came down? I don't
know what happened. Okada is one of the best wrestlers in the world, and they were building up, apparently, the rumor is Okada versus Danielson at the Tokyo Dome January 4th. That's now out the window, more than likely because of Danielson's surgery. It was a match that we questioned the existence of on the show, and so many times that happens, and then someone comes out of it hurt. I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. I guess in the amount of time Danielson's been signed to AEW, if it's like 700 days or whatever so far, just throw a number out there, how many days has it been on the DL?
Yes, and that's how the fuck. One of your biggest stars, a guy that's known for having a history of concussions and had to retire for a while because of it, a guy who then comes back, and I can't even remember the other injuries he had before the broken arm, because there was a couple more. And I'm not saying that Bryan Danielson, it looks that way, that he's injury prone, but how was he successfully able to wrestle a much tougher schedule for 15 or 20 years and not be injured this much? Because he was never in this fucking swimming pool with these other goddamn synchronized swimmers, is what I'm guessing.
It's a style thing. It's a style thing. Danielson is considered by so many people to be one of the greats of this era. He's one of the stiff guys of this era. Now he's out of WWE. He can wrestle as stiff as he wants. This is what happens. When these guys want this style, this is what happens.
But what I was going to say a minute ago, regardless of the style, you've got one of the biggest names in the fucking company, and he's just come back from a broken arm, and you don't need any more goddamn injuries. How is he still getting injured? How are people not fucking taking care of him? What the fuck is going on here? It's not like unless he fell off the top rope head first to the floor, it's not like you can break your own orbital socket very easy. So what the fuck is going on here?
And remember, I said this to you in general about a lot of these guys when they come back and they're in their 40s, they get hurt a lot. I mean, how many times was Edge out after he returned to WWE? These guys are going to break down a lot, especially when they're working a style.
But a broken orbital socket is not breaking down.
Well, that's a very good point. That's true. That's true. That's true.
Not without help. I can understand if, ligaments, tendons, we all get older, the back, how many bumps in your bump card, your fucking face? Come on. Anyway. So the point is, he's hurt, and now as a result, Claudio, because they can't, I guess they don't want to blame Okada because he's not coming back or whatever. Who knows? But now Claudio is going to wrestle Pockets for the A&P company title this Wednesday at the Dynamite in Louisville. No wonder they haven't sold 3,000 tickets. So that's what we got to look forward to there. Now Danielson is out. Why doesn't anybody ever land on Pockets' face? How can he's almost 40.
He was out for a while too, remember?
Not long enough.
Maybe not long enough, but every one of their guys, other than MJF. Who else?
Who they were trying. They were trying.
Adam Page hasn't had a significant injury, I don't think, right? But Omega has. Both Bucks have. I don't know if Jericho has. Orange Cassidy has. Moxley, right now, Moxley has. Danielson has. Punk did. Did Cody get hurt and have to stop? I mean, he threw himself on the fire.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Every one of their top guys in the last few years has lost a significant period of time because of the stupid shit they're doing.
Well, but actually, it's probably more prevalent with the underneath guys because they come and go and are gone for so long anyway, you don't get used to seeing them. But
that's true.
What, Dante Martin?
And his brother. Both of them have been in and out. Yeah.
And, I mean, I can't even call all these names, but a lot of people have had surgeries or been hurt or been off or couldn't compete. Christian
Cage was out for a while.
They tried to cave Britt Baker's face in 2 or 3 times, didn't they?
That's right. And she's had at least a broken nose and at least that. But she's been hurt a few times, I think.
You know, we could do this all day.
Jamie Hayter is currently the world champion. He's currently out of action. She's
Danhausen.
Danhausen, I don't even know how he got hurt. He got hurt somehow. Darby, did you see the video? Now we got to talk about this real quick. So apparently Darby had a hurt shoulder and he went to some motorbike event. Did you see the video of this?
Oh, yes. No, it wasn't a motorbike. It was a tricycle. He fucking rode a tricycle down a goddamn like a 50-foot high ramp and then rolled off of it or whatever you do in a tricycle and did a backflip and face planted on the other side. And again, if I was Tony Khan's attorney, oh God, perish that thought. I just realized who I was talking about. If I was a competent attorney working for Tony Khan, then I would insert a clause in Mr. Allen's contract that said that if he injured himself to the point where he could not compete doing an outside wrestling activity not promoted by AEW, that he would immediately not get any more fucking money for the remainder of his contract or until he came back and could wrestle.
That video is amazing because he says he already has a hurt shoulder. And he's taking a break to do this from training for Mount Everest. And he rides this tricycle, as you say, down this ramp. And as he's in the air, you're like, oh, this is not going to end well. He lands right on the shoulder that he said he
Yeah. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, they should insert a clause that says not only does he not get paid anymore, but he has to pay all the money he's already made back.
It's gonna be a great retirement. It's gonna be a great retirement tour for Sting. Darby knocked himself out of competition.
Where Sting will turn around. Where's Darby? He's stuck halfway down the mountain. He couldn't get here in time.
Hey, Danielson said in a promo a few months ago that he only saw one good solid year left because of the promise he made to his daughter. How many of those months is he going to be on the injured list, you think?
Oh, I just thought about that.
I mean, they're telling that story, right?
Yeah, he's counting the clock down for the last year of his full-time career, and they just sat on his fucking face.